Okay, so it's time to kill the music as the guys are on the server, as you have probably seen from the background. And I guess after one restart they'll be underway, so this is Paracel Storm, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you about the map. So, obviously you have the 3 points here. Now, A point over by the beach, which we shall take you to now. This is the beach area, known as trenches, as you can see. Now, obviously, you've got good trenches for cover there. You've got containers that you can take cover in. And, obviously, one thing that you tend to see is you'll tend to see a guy standing about here. Now, the good thing is he can actually move back and forward to cover anybody coming from there and anyone coming from there. And he's got good cover as well behind this concrete section. So, that is the A point. The B point is the monument. So you can see the monument here, pretty open. These concrete establishments won't last very long. These are good for cover, and you've obviously got containers and other massive boxes around you. As everybody knows, chipboard is the way forward when it comes to good cover, and there's the round restart. So we shall be underway. Now, the C point is the basketball court. Now, that has explosive resources in the area, which I shall quickly show you as we shall get on with this map. So, as you can see, the basketball court. You have, of course, the red explosive barrels. You even have some balls if you want to play basketball, but you also have explosive portable tanks full of gas. Now, this obviously full of areas that you can hide behind. However, you can be attacked from multiple directions, including spawns over here and spawns over there. So, this will be Yoki versus MYM. Now, the person to watch will be Ducky-chan. He is probably one of the powerhouses of MYM. But to be honest, every single member of those guys has proven themselves to be absolutely fantastic when it comes to the game. So, Yoki have an uphill struggle. So, Yoki are in the blue and MYM are in the red. So as you can see here, the break apart, you've got a 2-2-1 split here, and it looks like they're going to try and push in towards the A point. So you're watching through the lights of Bite Me Ya from Yoki, and he is trying to capture that A point, popping out the nades into the containers, and looks like he's going to run into Ducky-chan. Now, he's armed with the AEK. The AEK is very high, and it didn't do him much good as he gets taken down by a grenade coming in from Ducky-chan. So you can see the guys here moving around. We're looking at Kowa, who's moving in as well. And you can see, there we go. See there, I told you, Flax out by that point, as expected. So there's Flax in there with the Ace 23. And he is in the process of marking where he wants the team to go. So, look at this. There you go, Ducky-chan now. Now, look at this. This is a great play here by Yoki. You can see they've essentially moved in, taken control of the C point, taken control of the B point. And now you can see the likes of Waffy and team starting to move in towards the B point. Now, one of the key things on this particular game and this particular map is the control of these buildings. Now, the thing is, you can see there's Frantic and Zelly. They are holding onto these buildings as best they can. Now, the thing is, you can see, as a result, MYM are going to have to actually clear them out of that number, because otherwise it's going to mean they have total visibility over the B point. Now, Punch Rule over on the other side, so you can see he's in with what looks to be the triple shot M16. Yes, that accuracy rifle, and you can see also that he's got the angle grip on there, which means the first 2 shots will not be affected by any kind of recoil. And the weather descends upon Paracel Storm, as you can now see Waffy pushing over towards the C point. But look at that advantageous spawn behind the team. So we just say, oh, bollocks! God damn it! Oh, man, keep doing that, keep doing that. Right, anyway, so... brain fart. Anyway. What's what happens when you do everything yourself? Anyway, so now you can see Bite Me Ya. He's at the B point, so you can see he's doing pretty good. And he's running into Punch Rule. There we go, drills Punch Rule in the back of the back. And look at that, a total domination cap by MYM. And now you can see the likes of Yoki trying to get that B point back. So you can see he's in there with the AK-5C. He's got the reflex scope on there as well. And they were just waiting to see what's going on as they now get that B point back, and they're trying to hold those buildings. So we're looking at MYM safe as he's making his way up towards the buildings. He's going to have to clear out those buildings before they can make any kind of serious push in towards the B point. There we go, runs into Zelly, takes Zelly down, and now is looking for other opportunities to take other members down. So you can see as he's taking a little bit of fire, safe backs off, and look over here. Here's Punchroll having a little bit of a run-in with Frantic. Frantic shuts him down as he moves in towards the C point. So now Frantic is holding on to that C point, single defender there, and now we're looking at a situation where Bite Me Yar is trying to push on towards that B's point, but is having trouble getting out of the building. So you've obviously got Waffy and friends over on the other side. Oh dear. Ah, shut up. So anyway, more fire coming in. There we go. Lovely long distance kill there from Waffy into Zelly. So now he's shutting him down as he's making his way out of that B point. So you can see here, you've got spawns. There's also Punchroll making a push in towards the C point. So Punchroll seems to be the designated person to try and push towards that C point to try and get it. But a nice spawn coming in from Yoki now means that they can actually then start pushing up towards that C point and get it back. As you can see, there we go, Punchroll catching a bullet from the AK-5C, doing its damage, and now you can see they're in the position to actually capture that point and do some damage. So now they're getting the flag difference, as you can see, back in favour of MYM, as now you can see 156 tickets to 139. So now you can see Punchroll being taken down, and look at this, Koa doing a fantastic job of defending that point in the trenches, and now we can obviously lock in on the likes of Punchroll, with a pair of legs that just spawned directly below him. He is looking for an enemy out here on the right hand side, but it's possible. There we go, he takes a little bit of fire, and that will be from the likes of Koa, who is trying to defend this A point against the push, or at least push back against this. And you can see Frantic also now moving in, so let's follow Frantic as he's taking a little sniff in. Nice turn, very sneaky play there by Frantic as he moves in to try and take out the enemy. Pops up a nade. Can he get a few Jesus nade hits onto this guy? And it looks like Zelly's gone for him, and then in comes Frantic taking down Punchroll. Excuse me. So sorry about that. And you can now see, obviously, let's have a look at the map. So you can see now, Yoki Obiz, at this current moment, you can see him, he's making his way in towards the B point. He's got to try and clear out that building, make sure the building's at least relatively clear of the MYM team, in order to ensure that they can actually capture that B point. But you've got the likes of Safe over here, and he's in there with his Scar. He does love his Scar. Unfortunately, he doesn't love ducking more than his Scar. So as you can see, Koa moving in as well, trying to take that B point back. You can see him moving in with the Ace-23, trying to spray a little bit of fire down onto the enemy, and now they're trying to push in towards that point as the nades come flying over. Beautifully placed nades from MYM, and now you can see Safe moving in from one of the right-hand sides and starting to close in on that B point. So the C point currently being held by Yoki, and the A and B point being held by MYM. Look at that line of defense now by MYM, and as a result, you can see the Koa and Yoki guys actually spawning some distance away from the actual flag and the capture points. So now you've got Bite Me Yard trying to move up. You've got Obers also moving up as well. Oh, drilled very quickly as soon as he stuck his head out the corner. There's Punchroll, who's watching the buildings. He's got to watch out because any minute now he's about to get air conditioned. Or possibly not. We'll wait and see what happens. So there's Ducky-chan, the Duckman himself, the Duckinator, as we shall watch him in with his Ace-23. Looking, there we go, takes down Koa and then gets drilled by one of the other teammates of him. And you can see, obviously, the Yoki guys now trying to push into towards that B point. Now, up here you see Waffy and Punchroll trying to capture that C point. You see the Yoki guys capturing the A point. You can see Ducky-chan trying to make his way out of the building. Zelly being shut down very quickly by sustained fire from Ducky-chan. And now you can see the C point being recaptured and the A point with Frantic and team moving up. Now, you can see here he's taking some fire into Ducky-chan, but he's hiding behind an explosive canister. That's probably not conducive to healthy living, but we'll have to wait and see. Kaboom. There we go. So now they're making their way in towards the building. And you can see 136 tickets to 70. It's not looking good for Yoki at the moment. But sustained fire, and Waffy comes in and drills Frantic very quickly as he's inside the building and starts pushing back against them. So you can see Ducky-chan making his way forward and over towards the B point as he's going to try and hold that B point against the enemy Yoki. And you can see Bite Me Yard. There we go. Another enemy. Nice, taken down by a grenade. More fire coming in from Ducky, taking down another member of Yoki. So the point being recaptured. A is quite secure. C is being sniffed around by the likes of Bite Me Yar. And there we go. The AEK 971 doing its damage. But unfortunately, he took a little bit of damage and got shut down very quickly. So the B and the C point currently being defended by MYM. And now you can see Punch Rule over here by the beach. So he's out here getting himself a suntan. And it looks like he's going to try and capture that point and possibly go for a full domination cap. But you can see here the spawn here, very nice spawn here by the Yoki guys over to the C point means they can actually then get in there, capture that C point very quickly and try and stop any bleed that the MYM team is going to get on them. So there's Safe. Oh, nice trade between Safe and Zelly there. And you can see now, obviously, as we move in and watch Mr. Waffy. So Waffy is currently in there, and you can see him taking a little bit of cover, having a trade of fire between the two buildings. Now, they've obviously got the monument, and you can see him trying to take down people as they're pushing in towards the monument. Unfortunately, he then gets taken down from the right-hand side by an outflanking maneuver coming in from one of the members of Yoki. It's Obers. So Ober's in there with the AK-5C and then also running into Ducky-chan as well as he tried a little sneaky maneuver trying to get his number onto that guy. And so you can see here the B point and the C point currently now being held by Yoki. They've got 34 tickets to 127. So the bleed is now against MYM. So let's go and have a quick look. So you can see, you can see Cobra, Stubby Grip, AEK. You're seeing the Scar H in there with the muzzle brake and the stubby grip. Angle grip for the Ace 23 for Waffy. Angle grip for Ducky-chan. Angle grip and Coyote, Ace 23. Another Ace 23 with the angle grip. All these angle grips basically means that the first two shots that you get are not subject to recoil. It's not until you get to the third, and look at that, fire coming in. As Koa does a great job there. There's stubby grip there for the AK-971. No accessory. A lot of people using muzzle brakes still. And angle grips. And then Punch Rule in there with the angle grip as well. And Obers. So there you go. That's pretty much across the board. You can see there what most of the team are running with at the moment on this particular point. And you can see now the bleed. Oh, they had a full domination cap just for a few seconds. And that's really going to take the numbers of tickets down for MYM. So could this be a turnaround by Yoki? We'll have to wait and see. They've only got 24 tickets with which to play for. And now you can see MYM starting to push back against them. So you can see them there. Safe grabbing the C point. A large spawn by Yoki into the A point. They're now going to get that A point as they shut down Punch Rule very quickly as they came through those containers. And now you can see Waffy also being taken down. But this is an opportunity for Flax for getting to the C point now. The question is, what's he going to do? He's making his run in towards the C point. And you can see other members of MYM now starting to push back towards that point. So Bite Me Yar is waiting. And you've also got, obviously, the likes of Koa also waiting as well to defend that B point. You've then got Frantic and Obers who are defending this building and this area here. So this is a difficult situation for MYM at the moment. They need to get in there. They need to finish off as many people, get that B point back, or they could be in a problem because they're not going to get into the A point very easily because you've got the likes of Frantic and Obers who are defending that. So let's move in with Waffy as Waffy's taking loads of fire. He's trying to clear out that building as best he can because he knows that's where people are going to be. Impact grenades are going in as obviously for those of you who are not aware, the micro grenades have been banned in competitive play for Battlefield 4. So you can see now this is it now. Punch Rule moving in towards the A point. Moving in against the likes of Frantic. Frantic hiding by explosive barrels. Probably not going to go down well. We'll have to wait and see. As now we can see Flax moving in. And he's looking for his enemy. As he's coming under fire, he's going to have to hide behind one of those containers. And he does, and he runs into Obers, who does a nice payback, and they get shut down. And now look at this, 12 tickets ticking down. It's a 12 to 72, and another bleed in favour of Yoki. And you can see here, this is turning out to be a very good first round here. MYM thought they may have got away with it, but this is not turning out to be the case, as Yoki is bringing it back to them. Really, really big style, what can I say? So, as you can see, Waffy in the process of taking a little bit of fire. He's taken down Bite Me Yar nearby, but you've obviously got Frantic over here on by the C point, as he's looking to actually... Oh yeah, go on, stand on top of the explosive barrels. That'll work out. So, you can see here, Punch Roll. Is he going to do it? Yes. Oh, what? Oh, it didn't even blow up. That, see, look at that. Oh, there we go. So, Punch Roll blowing up those damn barrels. So, never mind. He took down 2 members of Yoki as they tried to push into that point. Now, it looks like they're going to have a full domination cap on them as safe. Yep, there we go. Full domination cap in the last few seconds of the round. But it means that that's a difference of 54 tickets to 0. So, that is not actually a large margin. Bear in mind, it's only 200 tickets for the actual round. So, Parasail Storm with a pen that doesn't work. Well done. Hurrah. So, there we go. 54 tickets, I think that was. Because it just disappeared so damn quickly. So, MYM and Yoki. So, 54, 0. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is round 1. Now we're on to round 2. So, the question is, what is Yoki going to do to actually try and turn that around? Now, the thing is that towards the end of that map, they actually did start turning it around. And they got a few domination caps and things like that. And if they can actually do exactly what they did last time, towards the end of the round, but literally from the start of the round, they could be on a good situation. So, MYM have the small advantage, only 54 tickets. So... And yeah, I completely agree with what GPT is saying. Yoki is doing very well for a 2-week-old team. That is just fantastic play, especially against the team, the consistency and quality of MYM, who we've seen play so many times. Now, obviously, MYM in the blue and Yoki are in the red. So look at that spread going out between the two teams. Look at that. 3 members going towards the buildings. You've obviously got Safe moving out towards there. And this is the push in here. So let's follow Koa as he's moving in to try and take down 1 member. And he goes to that defensive position. There we go. He's coming under a little bit of fire. He's going to wait for an opportunity. Pop out a nice nade. Now, that's one thing that I do like about the impact nades. You get pretty much 1 bounce. But if you throw it right and you throw it in the right way, you can actually get it to bounce at head height. It's very nasty indeed. So, you can see now the A point being controlled. And MYM getting in there straight away with that bleed right away onto the enemy team. So Yoki now have the bleed, and MYM have set up shop, so to speak, in the buildings. And you've got obviously the likes of Flax. Now here's another fantastic tactical player now starting to move around. Now the thing is, that's interesting. He could have actually engaged those guys, but he's actually playing it very sneakily and deciding to actually move around and try and go for a slightly different approach. So while these guys essentially kept off their... What's the word I'm looking for? Basically keeping them off kilter, so to speak, you know. So you can see, there we go, the domination cap, only for a few minutes, and that is really what Flax enabled to happen, is that full domination cap. So look at that, 174 tickets to 195 already, and there's less than a minute and a half of the game gone already. So now Zelly is going to be in trouble, so you can see him. He's going to be running in as the weather lands, as Zelly gets shot to pieces, courtesy of course, the Duckinator himself. So, now let's find out what's going on. As you can now see the lights of Koa. Let's see if we can follow him as he's running up, takes down Punch Roll as he's making his way down the stairs, and now starts pushing in towards the B point. So you can see him and his teammate, they're trying to push through that building, trying to make it clear, trying to clear it out of any members of MYM just to make sure that they can actually hold that B point. So now you can see MYM are losing that B point, but over on the one side is Safe, and he looks like he's in there possibly with the Scar. Let's see. Yeah, it's the Scar. You can tell it's the Scar because of that very unique sound and slow fire rate, but obviously the advantage of it is that even though it's slow fire rate, it actually does more damage than the standard Ace-23, which is pretty much what most of the other players will be carrying. So now you can see the C point in the process of being captured, the B point also in the process of being captured, so they're re-establishing that A and C hold while they're enabling the enemy team to hold on to the B point. So it now means that they can then close in from multiple directions onto that B point, push them back, and then they'll probably end up having a spawn around the island somewhere, meaning that then MYM can move into that point and actually capture the point and get a full domination cap. That means then that the tickets will continue to then disappear as quickly as they would like them to. 185 tickets to 145 is how it's looking at the moment. So bear in mind that even though these guys have only been a team for 2 weeks, there's a lot of experience. Bite Me Yard definitely have seen in action more than one occasion and is a fantastic player. And, you know, this is a great play here. And obviously it's a difficult thing to go up against a team that has pretty much, as Dogbert has said, proven themselves to be the most consistent team in Battlefield 4 in competitive play thus far. They are just phenomenally good. And so we are now watching Zelly as he's sniffing around the buildings, and he's going to be looking. There we go. Looks like he is the commander and marking that point. So the B point in the process of being captured by Punch Rule, and he's in with the M16A4. For those of you not aware, the triple shot. And you can see there, obviously, a few of his teammates being shut down. Bite Me Yar getting into a little bit of a punch-up over there on the side of the building. So you can see now the bleed is continuing onto Yoki. I nearly called them Loki. And now you can see a nice spawn here just on the outside, means that they can now spread out. But look at this spread here by MYM. Wow, look at this. This is fantastic. Waffy moving over towards the C point, knowing that that's what they're going for. They're in shutdown's frantic as he tries to get in there, pops out the nades. Out come the other Jesus nades coming in from the opposing team. And there we go, runs into Zelly, I should say, at the same time. So that was an attempt there, shut down onto the C point by a single man. That's Waffy, and Punch Rule obviously there to support him. So now you can see the likes of Bite Me Yard trying to move in towards the B point, working with his team as they try and push in. And you can see that point there, Yoki holding on to that A point. So that's a good sign as far as they're concerned. Bite Me, yeah, running in. Ducky Chan is no more, courtesy of the AK-971. Out go the nades into members of MYM who are trying to sniff around the place. You can see out go massive explosions, nades, explosions, and in comes Flax. Flax taking down Bite Me Yar as he was obviously trying to cover as many directions as possible. The B point in the process of being now captured by the Duckman himself. You can see him in there, and he is doing things. He is a little bit of gunfire into Frantic, and Frantic then being shut down. Unfortunately, he took down Duckman, and he is no more. So Punch Rule now moving in, looking to fire at many, many people, and it looks like Yoki. Oh, out comes a pistol as well. Punch Rule going huge on that point, managing to hold off that point for the MYM team and shutting down any attempts there by Yoki to move in. Now you've got Yoki spawning behind, and there we go. They're managing to keep that bleed onto the members of the Yoki team. 172 tickets to 85 right now. So Frantic and team currently in trouble right now. Obviously 54 tickets is the difference from the previous round, and so this is going to be a knotty situation as they're only about 25 or so tickets away from going out of this competition. So let's see what's going on as we're now watching Obers as he's making his way over. You can see him sniffing around that B point, maybe pushing in towards the A point, looking for an opportunity, but no, being shot in the back. A very opportunistic kill there, as now you can see Yoki, oh, getting shut down by Ducky. Oh, fantastic shot from Ducky, but then Frantic also being shut down by another member, and that was Punch Rule. So Punch Rule now over on the right hand side, and there's the full domination cap, ladies and gentlemen. Full domination cap by MYM onto Yoki, and it's not looking good for them right now, as once it ticks over the 54, that's it. They cannot technically or mathematically win against MYM in this round. So that's pretty much it as far as they're concerned, and there's the full domination cap. And I think it's pretty fair to say these guys, not sure if they're actually going to be spawning, because there's not really anything they can do right now. They cannot win the competition. They cannot win this particular match. And so, yeah, I suppose they'll just play for what's left. So let us follow to see what the Duckinator is up to. He's getting grenades thrown at him, which is kind of the norm really for him. So we shall follow. Oh, there we go. Yeah, shooting. Yeah, hide behind that solid wall. So the Duckinator is currently under fire from all directions, and there we go, gets shot by Kowa as well as they're moving in towards that point. So, punch roll, guarding by the monument, waiting for an opportunity, looking for those all-important spots. And Flax. Oh, Flax moving up on Kowa, and also looking to take down other members if he can find them. So, 15 tickets remaining, 170 tickets to MYM. So, the previous round, definitely a good play there by Yoki to only have 54 tickets the difference. This round, MYM got their number and unfortunately shut them down completely to the point of 170 tickets to 66, I should say. So, very unfortunate there as Frantic is running up behind Flax, guns Flax down in the back. Understandably so, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, 168 tickets to MYM and 0 to Yoki. So that will mean MYM will then progress to the next round with a stuttering start in the first round and a very dominant display in the second round. So we shall now move on to the next match, and in the meantime, I shall play you some more music because I'm nice like that. We'll be right back.